coffee. Best part of the day. Now we can get busy. Welcome to Whip Wednesday. That is Work in Progress Wednesday. You get your mind out of the gutter. What that means is I crochet something that I've been working on. Well, I do have things that I should be working on, finishing up, but I also really want to make a crocheted broom. My fireplace mantle is witchy themed for Halloween season, and I want to make a broom that could hang along the front. I think that would be gorgeous. And I found this wonderful crochet pattern on Ravelry from Crochet Verse. It's called Once in a Blue Moon Witch's Broom by Stephanie Pokorny. I apologize if I said that wrong. I have no idea. I can't share the pattern with you, but I can show you bits and pieces of me making it. I'm not going to be selling it or any of that stuff. It's for my own personal decor. So before we get going, we are going to go through the checklist of stuff here that she says that we need. So I have my big old pumpkin trick-or-treat basket. Wouldn't that be fun to go trick-or-treating at yarn shops? Oh my gosh, that'd be amazing. Kind of like a different version of the yarn crawl. Oh my gosh, how fun would that be? Okay, it says we need 450 yards of a light tan. Okay. 200 yards of a brown. I don't know how many yards are on those. Hopefully that's enough. I have a feeling it's not. We need a gray. It's got a piece of my hair on it, ew. And let's see, deep purple. An olive green. Instead of olive green, I went with this green. This is Nile green from Big Twist. And then we need black. And the last color says we need a light blue purple. It's going to be a moon. So I'm going to use the DIY glow in the dark for that instead. I think that'll be really cool. All right, so let me get all this back in here so it's more organized and not rolling all over the place. And what else do we need? Oh, I got a little bag of polyfill. This may not be enough, but it's a start. And then my notions. I have my stitch counter. I don't know if I'll need it, but it's always good to have so I don't lose my place. And then we got two different crochet hooks. It said that we needed, where's the needle hooks sizes? I don't see it off the top of my head, but I do remember there was two different sizes that we need, a 5.5 and a 3.5. So those are here. We need a boatload of stitch markers. I've got my scissors. I have a tapestry needle and a tape measure just in case. And somewhere on it, I want to, once it's all finished, I want to somehow attach a crystal for good measure. Oh, and we need a dowel. So we're ready to rock and roll. I think right here is a good time to insert our going to Home Depot to get the dowel adventure, and then we'll come back and we'll time-lapse bits and pieces crocheting my broom. I may not get it all done today. That's whole part of the work in progress. So we'll do as much as we can, and then I'll finish it up some other day, probably off camera, and then show you later in the month. Oh, look, they have pumpkins. Real pumpkins.
forest is cursed. Foolish people, all who enter are doomed. The shadows hunger for a new foe. Perhaps they'll speak wisdom.
I have been looking everywhere for you. You're next on my list. Don't be frightened. The journey will be so quick, you won't even realize your soul has departed. The winds of fate whisper my name and empower me with the forces of darkness. Within these fields, the echoes of the past linger like ghosts. I command the shadows to dance. And lightly, for the cold beneath your feet hold secrets untold.
I'm easily distracted by Halloween. I have to go get that doll. That's what we came here for. Now to go home and crochet a witch's broom.
A little later.
Oh my god, I have to show you the cutest thing. I'm being very quiet because I don't want to disturb the cuteness. Sky is asleep on the couch in my skeleton's lap. I had to move him from the Tron game because I bumped him and knocked him over. And so I put him on the sofa where it's a little safer for him. You gotta see this. Hi, kitty. Hi, baby kitty. Hi, Sky. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to wake you. You're so cute. She's obsessed with this spiderweb blanket that I crocheted. She keeps balling it up. She's probably mad that the skeleton is sitting on it because she had herself wrapped in it like a burrito the other day. And now she can't do that because Sam here is sitting on it. Do you want me to put Sam back at Tron so you can have your blankie back? I'll have to put Sam back at the Tron game here later. I don't want to disturb Sky. She's happy, so...
hands later.
Good morning. It's another day for me. I got so tired last night. I didn't finish. It took me a long time to get as much as I did get done. This is 2 pieces that I had to create the same exact and then stitch together and then stuff. Now I'm on to the very difficult part of crocheting around the dowel. So the plan today is to finish crocheting around the dowel and then to get the accent pieces. There's like a rose on here and a little full moon with a crow. I'm hoping I can get that worked up today and get this finished. But first, we need some coffee. Cheers. That's hot. That's very hot, but it's delicious. All right, let's do this. How about some more time lapse? This is so hard. So there's 105 rows that I have to do to cover the dowel. I am struggling. Oh my gosh. So I decided to not keep track of the rows. You know, normally I would put a stitch marker in, do the single crochet 9 times around, move the stitch marker, do my little stitch counter clicker wherever it's at. It's right here to keep track of what row I'm on. But I have decided to just throw that out the window. Not literally, because it's raining and that would be gross. I'm just going to keep crocheting and not keep track of how many rows I'm doing. The main goal is to get the dowel covered. So once I get to the end, then I can start row 106, which will be the little twisty bit at the top. It's so much easier to not have to count and move the stitch marker. And I have to tell you, this project is really taking a toll on my wrist. I'm not used to using thick yarn, and we have to double strand, so I'm using 2 different skeins together to get the thickness, and I'm using a bigger hook than I'm used to using. So it's hurting a tiny bit, so it's taken me a while. That's why we're on day 2 for me. Day 1 for you, because it's all one video. But yeah, it's taken me a lot longer to crochet this thing, but it's gonna be neat once it's done. Trust the process. I think it's been 2 hours later. I am finally done with crocheting around the dowel for the broom handle. I just have to do the little top that's a twist, and then obviously all the added decorative accessory pieces. But I need to take a quick little break. My butt hurts from sitting so long, and my wrist is starting to hurt because this was such an awkward way of having to hold it to go around it and tight stitches and stuff. So I definitely need a little breather. So it'll just be a matter of seconds for you guys. I'll be right back.
A few minutes later.
Okay, I'm back. Now I'm going to start working on the twisty top of the broomstick and then some of the other accessory pieces. So back to time lapse. Working on the decorative pieces for the broom, and I did the flower from the pattern, and I don't really like it. So I'm going to look through my pattern book and see if I can find my rose pattern. I also started to do the fern that goes next to it, and I didn't like the way it was working up. So I'm just going to do like a rose and a rose, couple petals instead of this. So this is trash. And I switched to the olive green because it does make more sense, because the other green I had was really similar to the glow in the dark, and it looked really strange. I found in my stuff a while ago, I crocheted a bunch of vines. One of them is on my scooter. I vine wrapped the front post of my scooter, and then I have another one hanging in my office. And I found a third one, and I don't have any plans for it. So I think I'm going to use this to wrap the handle stick part of the broom, and then I don't have to crochet the vines from this pattern. We're just kind of speeding up the process here. So yay. I might actually get this done today if I cheat and do that. So the only thing from her pattern I have left to do is the full moon, and then she's got a crow in the center of the moon. That might be a challenge, but we're up for a challenge, so we'll work on that here in a bit. So first I'm gonna get to the new rose that I want to make.
Motion detected at your front door.
Yeah. I know, Shorty, right? Okay, let's get to crocheting. Finished the new rose. So here's the one I just made, and here's the one from the pattern. This one is so much more detailed, and this is just, I don't know, it looks like a mess. And then I made the leaf that'll go on there. I might make another one. Do you think it needs two or one? I'm not sure. I wish you guys could tell me. I think I'm just gonna do the one, because then we'll also have a vine. So I'm gonna work on that next. Work on getting it on the broom. Many hours later, 2 days for me. Oh my gosh, it is finished. I changed it up a little bit. So obviously, like I showed you in the video, I changed the rose because I didn't like the one that was in the pattern. I liked this one better, and that. And then I used a vine on the handle that I had already made, so I didn't have to make one. I forgot to add stuffing as I was crocheting the bendy part here. So it's a little floppy, but it's okay. I also changed the full moon part. There's supposed to be a crocheted crow in black on the front, and it's supposed to be a little pocket to put like a tarot card. That's what she had in her photo. I didn't really like it as a pocket, and I tried to do the crow, but it ended up being a tangled mess. And I remembered buying this crystal at Rose City Comic Con, and so I just sewed that on there. And then I want to get some kind of a charm to put in the center here just to kind of finish it off. So this is as good as it's going to be for today. I think it's really cool. And I used glow in the dark for my full moon instead of what she recommended for the color. I don't remember what it was that she wanted. I think it was like a bluish color. I was like, no, I want a glow in the dark moon, which is why I changed my flower leaves to the olive color instead of the color I originally had, because it was very similar. But that looks cool. Good enough for now. So yeah, I'll find some kind of charm or a button or I don't know what to finish it off, but that'll be something on a later date. But there it is. It is finished. So work in progress Wednesday turned into finished project. Took me a long time, but I am very happy with it. And now it can go in my witchy themed mantle decor. I'm also going to use it for my Halloween costume, I think. All right, that's it. I'm going to go clean up and get ready for bed. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for joining me for Work in Progress Wednesday and doing some crocheting. I'll see you again tomorrow for another day of Vlogoween. Bye, everybody. What are you doing, Shorty? Want to say goodbye? She wants belly rubs. Okay, bye.